It's a, it's a, it's a cinch.
Lengthwise, to give myself the longest amount of teeth. I want the longest teeth that I can get. If I cut this way, I'm going to lose some of it. A little more room. I can angle it sharper. I can angle it wider. I'm going to go pretty straight on this one because I can always file in either direction. And I just care about the length. You can always use the file to make anything sharper for the moment. And very slowly work back and forth, the fingers back and forth. Don't feeling, I'm not poking, I'm just feeling. I'm feeling it. There it is. And that is poked through. That's about a medium secure. Again, the Levi cinch is available on years 1937 and before. There are 3 different types of cinches you should know. The 1890 has the strongest cinch. Then it gets very delicate for a couple decades. But the 1937 has a nice silver copper look to it. Why did the cinches go away? Well, World War II started. Copper rivets, copper cinch, that's a bullet right there. This extra material yoke, that's part of a sandbag. Definitely recommend doing 2 soaks or 2 washes, or a wash and a soak, or a soak and a wash before you affix your cinch to make sure you get the right size. So you want to cut your Levi's cinch fastener in the back. Here's the tools you'll need. Some metal clippers or Needlenose pliers with cutters in them at the pivot point. Will work nicely. You'll also need the pliers if you want to fix it later, and also having a metal file to just sand down any sharp edges or make them sharp to help poke them through will come in handy. We have the yoke, which is the fabric part, and the cinch, which is the metal part. This is 9-ounce white line selvage, thinner than the later 12-ounce red line selvage. This is 1937. It has quite the pretty cinch. The only model to come in is silver and copper. The cinch has, the yoke has a thinner side and a double side on the top. So poking through the double side will take a little more time. If you have a slide over cinch, this just works like a belt and there's no cutting necessary. I've got a pair of cloth overalls here that come with cinches that you can cut off, but I gotta say I really don't recommend it because even though it will go through the cloth, the cinch teeth are not strong enough to really hold it in. That's why this L-shaped hook will help you, or the needle. If you're using them in real mines, then go for it. Otherwise, the cloth wrapped around through it should be fine. Now there's the official Levi's recommendation of how to cut your cinch, which is a safer option, less damage on the furniture, but also not as secure. So first I'm going to show you the more secure method, and if you want to fix that into the Levi's recommendation method, we can. Now for the more secure option, cut in the middle of it to leave you the most room possible. Then we're going to take our pliers and flatten it out. So again, you just cut right in the middle, and you take your pliers and flatten them out. You'll end up with something that's more like a dagger. And don't, I'd hate to use the word poke because you want to gently coerce it through the denim in one point, either in the top or the bottom. And once you're on the other side of it, then you just fold back together and you have a very secure cinch that's not going to come undone. Let's say you hate my advice and you just want to go with what Levi's recommends. I would probably do that one anyways. If the jeans fit you, if you're using a belt or suspenders, they're going to stay up anyways. The cinch doesn't give you much leeway as far as it, but if you need it to use it, that's a better option. Let's do this one. And the big rule about here is that when we cut this, I want to make sure that I'm cutting lengthwise to give myself the longest amount of teeth. I want the longest teeth that I can get. If I cut this way, I'm going to lose some of it. So, just look very closely. You get that kind of verticalness. And I can give myself a little more room. I can angle it sharper. I can angle it wider. I'm going to go pretty straight on this one because I can always file in either direction. And I just care about the length. So you can have this L-shaped, which will still hook through, or a sharp tooth, whichever you want. Focus this. You can always use the file to make anything sharper for the moment. Even though this isn't an L shape, it will still go through the denim. But what I want to do is go slowly. Okay, I just don't really need these to hold them up, but I can go a little bit. I'm going to find my mark where I want it. Too tight will give you a rooster tail. Too loose and it could hang, but you just get the right fitting. You go a touch tighter. And very slowly work back and forth, the fingers back and forth. Don't try to poke it. Just try to feel it. Oh, you're just feeling it through the cloth. You're feeling metal through the cloth. Then you've come to the other side. It should take you about 20 seconds on the thin side and 30-40 seconds on the thicker side. If you've done the L-shaped, then you just start with that side of it. I'm feeling. I'm not poking, I'm just feeling. Feeling the metal. I'm feeling it. There it is. And that is poked through. That's about a medium secure. Again, you can go for the smaller, you can go both sides on the thicker. You can always put this through. Deep, and you are done. That's your cinch. Let's do some work and fix this cinch from the more secure method, the needle method, to the Levi's recommended method. All I do is fold this. Doobie-doo. Just trying to get something back to the shape it is. It's very decorative, and if you need to use it, then you're probably using it too much and you'll be rooster tailing. So that's all it takes. Again, slow to go through. You go through slowly. It is nice to have a cinch done properly if you are wearing the jeans. Having them come undone and just kind of dangle while you're walking around isn't the best look. This pair has short teeth. how do I make this longer? That's where your pliers come in, and you can just gently flatten, 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 and give yourself a little pull, and slowly you can work yourself up. File will help. And the file also helps to make it look a little shinier, especially with this old wrought iron.
Den in denim.